Good Friday evening, October 25th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Colville Confederated Tribes in the state of Washington signed a pact this week to guide future collaboration with the State Department of Commerce. More online donors in the Wenatchee Valley have donated to Kamala Harris than to Donald Trump, and they've given more money as well. Expect wet and warm weather this weekend with mountain snow also in the forecast. All your local weather details are straight ahead. One person is dead after a head-on collision with a semi-truck early this morning, 1 mile north of the town of George. The Washington State Patrol says the driver of a 2012 Fiat crossed the center line just before 2 a.m. while southbound on Highway 281. The car struck a northbound semi, killing the driver and totaling both vehicles. The driver of the semi, a 29-year-old Illinois man, was unharmed. The Fiat driver has not yet been named by authorities. It's unknown whether they were impaired at the time of the crash. Chelan County continues to have among the highest birth rates in the state of Washington as a proportion of its population. That finding comes from a statewide study of maternal health released today by the Office of Financial Management. In 2022, the most recent year studied, there were 85.5 births per 1,000 women in the county's population. That put Chelan County at second place for highest birth rates in Washington. Chelan, Benton, and Adams counties have consistently boasted the highest birth rates in the state since 2010. The Colville Confederated Tribes in the state of Washington signed a pact this week to guide future collaboration with the State Department of Commerce. The Memorandum of Understanding commits the agency to remove administrative barriers, improve communications, and secure data privacy in its dealings with the 12 tribes of the Colville Reservation. Commerce Director Mike Fong signed the agreement Wednesday in Nespelem alongside Colville Chairman Jared Michael Erickson and the Colville Council. It's the second of 4 such MOUs to be signed with tribal governments throughout Washington, meant to speed the flow of grants and other funding to indigenous communities. A Wenatchee luminary marked his 90th birthday on Wednesday among friends. Earl Tilley, former mayor of Wenatchee, celebrated with the Wenatchee Confluence Rotary, where he met with old friends and handed out Paul Harris Fellowships, a Rotary award that recognizes donors and contributors to Rotary causes. He spoke with NCWLIFE News about what the service club has meant for him and his late wife, Barbara. When we come back, short-term rentals are back on the docket before Chelan County's Planning Commission. We will bring you time-lapse video of an analog beaver dam being built. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Hi, this is Brad Hawkins, and I'm running to be your next Chelan County Commissioner. I'm very proud to have grown up in Wenatchee, and now to be raising a family of my own here. From Washington Elementary to Washington State Capitol, I've gained valuable experiences in my life and career, and I look forward to bringing it to the county. Serving as a county commissioner is a complex job. We need and deserve a proven, experienced leader. I'd be honored to have your vote.
Hi, I'm Mike Steele, and I've been honored to serve you as our state representative for District 12 for the last 8 years. With experience in several leadership roles in civic organizations, as well as being a lifelong resident, I've championed projects that have made a difference in our community. I plan to continue the progress we've made together.
Re-elect Mike Steele, your voice in Olympia. Together we can achieve more. Visit votemikesteele.com. Paid for by the citizens to elect Mike Steele.
My name's Nick Dirk, and I've been a cinematographer-photographer for over 10 years. I got my start at the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. Without the Tech Center, I wouldn't have got my first job in media production 3 months after I graduated high school.
My name is Charlie Voris, and I own Vortex Productions. My work has taken me on exciting adventures all around the world, and I got my start at Wenatchee Valley Tech.
Hey, my name is Oli Mingo, and I'm the Executive Director at Heirloom Creatives in Wenatchee. I am so thankful for Wenatchee Valley Tech to be able to have my dream career.
At Abby's, it's kind of simple. We're not rocket scientists. We just make great pizza. When you're ready for traditional values, time with your family, and a great meal, you're invited to Abby's. Order at abbys.com. Our family is here for your family. It's fall. Want a great value that doesn't involve pumpkin spice? Try Abby's Barbecue Chicken Pizza. Save and enjoy a pizza with loads of quality toppings to the edge. Your taste buds and your wallet will thank you. Enjoy Abby's October special at a very special price.
Short-term rentals are back on the docket before Chelan County's Planning Commission. The board is considering updates to the county code that governs rentals shorter than 1 month in unincorporated areas, usually geared toward weekend or vacation renters. The STR code has been in place since 2021, and the county's elected commissioners voted earlier this year to review elements including parking and occupancy restrictions. Those proposals will be heard at a November 13th public hearing of the Planning Commission, where the public can offer comment. Any new changes to the code will be recommended back to the county commissioners for a final vote. You've seen our reporting on Beaver Dam analogs, the human-made water barriers that have been used to restore wetland conditions around Chelan County. A similar project was put in motion by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and its partners in Douglas County, where workers spent a day installing one of the analogs in Rock Island Creek. This time-lapse video was used to capture the work as it went on. Once completed, BDAs like this one help impound water and return waterways to their historic states. One day, the effort hopes to reintroduce real beavers to the area to continue the work of restoring the creek. More online donors in the Wenatchee Valley have donated to Kamala Harris than to Donald Trump, and they've given more money as well. That's the finding from a Washington Post analysis of donations and voter registration data. The newspaper's interactive map shows there were 804 donors to the Harris or Joe Biden presidential campaign in the Wenatchee zip code since 2022, giving a total of about $60,000. That's compared to 100 individual donors giving $30,000 to Trump. In East Wenatchee, there were 419 donors for Harris compared to 362 for Trump, with a $10,000 advantage for the Democratic candidate. The Post says in most states across the country, more people have donated online to Harris than to Trump. Voting is open now, and the general election period ends on November 5th. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we continue our special investigation into racial and gender-based harassment at Wenatchee Valley College. Wet weather is headed our way this weekend, with even the possibility of mountain snow. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
I'm Keith Gaynor, running for your next 12th District State Senator. It's been a privilege to serve you the past 6 years in the House of Representatives. I believe public safety is a critical issue that affects all of Washington. This should be one of our highest priorities. Washington families are struggling. Housing, food, and gas prices are severely affecting our budgets. We need to find better ways to support our families. Together, we can build a better Washington.
Do you hate getting called by Medicare telemarketers? Well, this October, your phone is going to be ringing off the hook because we will be experiencing a huge Medicare change. Now, for the last 20 years, Springwater Insurance has been helping those of you on Medicare. So just say no to those telemarketers by not answering their ads. Instead, call a local agent like Springwater Insurance, who's been helping for 20 years. So give us a call at Springwater. We can meet at one of our 5 offices or give us a call.
We in Northeast Washington are proud of our small-town heritage, but Olympia's one-size-fits-all policies have made life here more difficult. I'm former Mayor Suing Moody, and for the past 13 years, I fought for the needs of the people of Twisp in the face of disaster. Now, I'm looking to bring my record of strong leadership to Olympia as your state representative, to preserve the way of life our families have enjoyed here for generations. I'm Suing Moody, and I'm asking for your vote, because we shouldn't have to give up anything to live here, and we won't.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Earlier this week, NCWLIFE News published a months-long investigation into allegations of racial and gender-based harassment at Wenatchee Valley College. On September 27th, science professor Bobby Johnson filed a $5 million lawsuit against the college, alleging the college has been fostering this work environment. Much of the harassment Johnson reported was by former biology professor Steve Stefanidis. In tonight's features story, through the review of public records, NCWLIFE News was able to determine the dysfunction of the science division within WVC has been reported to Human Resources and Campus Administration for over a decade. Johnson's story and others were featured in the special report. Here's a clip from the investigation.
Bobby Johnson's 2019 Title IX complaint against Stefanidis detailed his frequent visits to Johnson's office beginning in the 2018 school year. Vega Villa, who was Johnson's supervisor, told Stefanidis to stop visiting Johnson, but he didn't and continued to visit her in the evenings. After Johnson became a full-time temporary faculty member, her lawsuit says Stefanidis went to Johnson's office unannounced and accused her of receiving her faculty appointment due to Vice President of Instruction Todd Treat's, quote, romantic interest in her. The lawsuit says that although Johnson reported this incident to supervisors, Stefanidis was not disciplined, and instead, Johnson's office was moved from Wenatchee Hall to the Eller Fox building. Even after Johnson's relocation, visits from Stefanidis continued. An internal investigation into her complaint concluded Stefanidis' behavior did not violate Title IX, which is a federal law that prohibits gender-based discrimination in educational institutions that receive federal funds. A statement by Johnson said that she was advised to change work assignments to avoid contact with him and to avoid teaching in isolated locations in the evening. When Johnson was appointed by then WVC President Jim Richardson to a tenure-track position on the OMAC campus in April 2021, her lawsuit says Stefanidis filed a union grievance seeking to reverse Johnson's appointment. Dave Bennett later joined the effort. According to her lawsuit, Johnson's male colleagues would also file public records requests with the college for information relating to Johnson's personnel file. In September 2021, when Johnson should have been beginning her first quarter as a tenure-track professor, she was on medical leave due to the impacts from the hostile work environment. Johnson would eventually relinquish her tenure-track position after her superiors told her they would not be able to keep her or others safe in the division. Following her decision, the entire tenured OMAC faculty sent a letter to WVC administration reporting Stefanidis and Bennett for bullying and harassment. After the fall 2021 quarter, Stefanidis and Bennett were placed on administrative leave. WVC hired a third-party investigator, Spokane-based principal attorney Janae Ball, to review multiple complaints regarding gender discrimination, age discrimination, bullying, abusive grievance and Public Records Act processes, and retaliation. Ball substantiated claims that there is a culture of gender discrimination by the male faculty against the female faculty in the science division, and that Stefanidis and Bennett made racially discriminatory comments about faculty. Ball also concluded that Stefanidis' grievance regarding Johnson's tenure-track appointment was retaliation for her 2019 Title IX complaint against him. After the findings, Stefanidis and the college agreed to a settlement. Stefanidis retired on August 21, 2023, and the college paid him $315,000. Bennett returned to WVC as a science professor in summer quarter 2023. It would only take him a few months before biology lab manager Jenny Espeleta filed a Title IX complaint against him. At the time, Espeleta was reporting biology professor Rob Fitch for discriminatory behavior. An investigation, which was completed by a Spokane-based law firm, concluded that Fitch called Espeleta demeaning names, made discriminatory jokes, and interfered with her ability to get a teaching job in the science division. According to Espeleta's Title IX complaint, Bennett tried to coerce fellow science professor Dan Stevens into denying Fitch was targeting and sexually harassing women during the investigation. Administrators relocated Fitch and Bennett's offices, classrooms, and laboratories out of the third floor of Wenatchee Hall after Espeleta reported Fitch for discrimination and harassment and Bennett for, quote, aiding and abetting his behavior. The two men were also directed to not be on the third floor of Wenatchee Hall without an escort. Fitch is still a professor at WVC, and Espeleta left the college in January. Espaleta has filed 2 equal employment opportunity complaints since she left the college, with the most recent one filed in June. She and Johnson did not interview with NCWLIFE for legal reasons. The male professors named in this report did not respond to requests for comment from NCWLIFE, with the exception of Dan Stevens, who told NCWLIFE he thought the division had a culture of racial and gender-based discrimination. Stevens retired in June.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic Friday. Pretty seasonal fall weather out there today. We did see some high and even mid-level clouds today, and that kept our temperature down somewhat, but pretty much in line for where we should be for this time of year. It made for a beautiful shot of the Wenatchee Valley, but we have a big storm moving in late tonight and especially on Saturday, and that could bring some gusty winds as it moves through on Sunday, especially for you folks in the Columbia Basin. We're talking even up around the Waterville area. Could see some gusty winds on Sunday. We're talking 30 to 40 miles an hour, so just make sure everything is locked down in your yards and driveways before this wind comes on Sunday. Also, we have some mountain snow in our forecast. That'll be Monday morning for Stevens Pass, and if you're headed east, Lookout Pass on I-90. Light snow accumulations, but that still means winter driving conditions. And we have an even better chance for that as we get into the middle part of next week. We'll talk about that in a second. But 54, our unofficial high today, right in line with our normal high for this time of year of 55. Our record, 72. Not that long ago. That was set in 2019. We were at 36 chilly degrees this morning, but it's not that chilly. It's about where we should be for this time of year. 37 is normal. Our record low, 26 degrees, and that was set just 4 years ago in 2020. Sunrise 7:35 and the sun sets at 5:54. All right, your Saturday temperatures, and they are going to warm up as this storm system moves in. A big flow of southerly air will come with it. 64s for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 63 in Quincy tomorrow, 61s from Wenatchee, Entiat into Chelan, also Omak at 61. Even the Upper Valley, beautiful tomorrow. Leavenworth and Cashmere at 60 degrees. However, it is going to be a wet one. We'll talk about that in a second as well. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Here is that monster storm spinning its way towards the Pacific Northwest. That'll happen tonight. We could see an isolated shower or two. Low temperatures a little better tonight, around 40 degrees. For Saturday, here come the clouds and here come the rain showers. A 90% chance of rain. This is during the day, but look what happens as we make our way into the evening hours. Even some heavy rain along the west coast. Warmer, high temperatures near 60 degrees on Saturday. For Sunday, cloudy skies, and here we go. A 100% chance of rain throughout our morning hours on Sunday. Scattered in the afternoon. Highs again on Sunday near that 60 degree mark. For your Monday, mostly cloudy. The low will move all the way through Canada, but it'll leave lots of cloudiness and some shower activity behind it. We will cool down too. High temperatures in the mid-50s for your Monday. On Tuesday, this will be our driest day, really, of the 7-day forecast. Partly cloudy, a ridge of high pressure briefly over the northwest. Seasonal high temperatures with readings in the mid-50s for your Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, this storm system kicks into gear. It'll bring us some cloudy skies, a very strong westerly and northwesterly flow. We will see cooler conditions, snow showers in the mountains, a definite possibility on Wednesday. We're cooling down, and that's why high temperatures only around 50 degrees. For Thursday, still some lingering cloudiness out there. We'll see about a 40% chance of rain. Still that snow in the Cascades, so if your travel takes you west, be careful the middle of next week. High temperatures still cool. We're only around 50 degrees. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, 40 overnight tonight. Expect a wet weekend, especially Saturday night and Sunday morning. 61 the high Saturday, 59 on Sunday. Cloudy with a 50-50 chance for rain on Monday. 56, a dry day for Tuesday, partly cloudy and 55. And then back to the rain showers and cooler weather for Wednesday and Thursday with high temperatures then only about 50 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Enjoy the sounds of summer from your very own pool and spa. Blue Lagoon is now scheduling pool installations for this summer. Call today to schedule a free consultation for a custom San Juan fiberglass pool. And let the experts at Blue Lagoon handle the construction, installation, and regular maintenance. Turn your boring backyard into vacation paradise this summer with industry-leading San Juan pool. No need to go off the deep end. Relax knowing you're in great hands with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa.
Happy Finally Friday. The Kraken have now lost 2 straight after an overtime 4-3 loss to Winnipeg last night. Despite a 2-goal effort from Marty Beniers, make that Matty Beniers, Seattle stumbled in the extra frame, letting their guard down on a delayed penalty. Winnipeg improved to 7-0 with the win. Seattle will host Carolina tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on Kong TV. College football Saturday starts early once again for the Washington Huskies. The Dogs are on the road to take on 13th rated Indiana at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Eastern Washington has a 6 p.m. kickoff at Idaho on ESPN+. Central Washington celebrates homecoming tomorrow night at 6 against Midwestern State. Washington State plays at San Diego State tomorrow night at 7:30. The Seahawks have the Buffalo Bills in town at Lumen Field Sunday. Seattle expects to have newly traded linebacker Ernest Jones in the lineup as the 4-3 Hawks host the 5-2 Bills. Kickoff set for 1:05 on Fox. Rams had Cooper Kupp back in the lineup last night. It helped out as they win big 30-20 over Minnesota. Arizona is on the road at Miami Sunday morning at 10 on Fox. 49ers host the Dallas Cowboys Sunday night on the NBC broadcast at 5:25. Chelan scored the first touchdown in the Bronze Shoe game last night, while Kashmir scored the rest. Rylan Hatmaker threw for 4 touchdowns, while Tom McDevitt caught 2 touchdown passes and also had 2 interceptions. I was alongside Grant Olson with a call here on the NCWLIFE channel. Reed gets the snap. Looks downfield, throws down over the middle. The ball is caught at the 30, at the 20, at the 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Chelan, as they strike first. Luca Folletto collects it in, and a beautiful pass from Oliver Reed, and a touchdown from 40 yards.
Boy, and it looked like it almost caught the defensive backs for Kashmir sleeping a little bit. Great protection up front for Chelan. Gave Reed plenty of time to throw that. A nice ball to Folletto, and then the run after the catch. 40-yard touchdown.
Odenreiter splits to the right, and they'll go a lot of motion. Hatmaker throwing deep downfield, looking for the end zone, and there's going to be pass interference.
Not going to matter.
But it won't matter because the collection and touchdown is good for the Bulldogs from 30 yards out. 3 receivers wide to the right here for Reed. He'll bring one of them in motion from right to left. Kashmir looked like they almost jumped off sides. Throw out the flat. The ball is tipped and then intercepted on the return for Kashmir. It's Tom McDevitt. McDevitt looking for another pick 6 as he'll bring it inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. Interception number 7 on the season for McDevitt.
I think Zavala is in there.
He is for the touchdown, Kashmir. And the Bulldogs take the lead after he had a stellar career at Washington State University. Back to pass again goes Reed. Wants to throw deep right again. Got a receiver down there, and then the ball is almost intercepted. It is. Holy cow, what a pick.
McDevitt again.
Oh, my gosh. Chelan cheats up the middle, handoff left side, and bouncing free to the 5. Into the end zone for the touchdown is Gray Jacobson. Victory here if you can keep Cashmere out of the end zone. Back to pass, Hatmaker got pressure, now throws. The ball is caught by Zavala, wide open. He'll walk into the end zone. Touchdown from 19 yards out. Hatmaker with a man right in his chest as he got rid of the football. Touchdown, Cashmere.
Completed to Zavala, good for a 19-yard touchdown.
Second down coming up from the 19 for Cashmere. They'll throw out the flat, blockers in front. Ball collected out there, picking his way up the sideline and then into the end zone. Is he in? Touchdown! Yes, he is. Touchdown, Cashmere, and I think that was Jacobson on the reception and the run.
Jacobson with a 19
first reception of the night.
Run.
Back to pass, Hatmaker wants to go for it all here, lofts it up the far near sideline. The ball caught.
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh, what a gorgeous pass. Pitch and catch, Tom McDevitt. Touchdown, Cashmere from 40 yards out.
That was amazing.
Pass completed to McDevitt.
McDevitt's second, Hatmaker's fourth touchdown of this first half.
And they'll shift to tight end to the right. And now motion man is Spees. Hand it to him running right. Spees looking for the corner. Got a block. Looking for the end zone. In. Touchdown. Spees untouched from 19 yards out.
All over the Chelan Goats tonight in the Bronze Shoes game. Our final is Cashmere 61 and Chelan 7.
Just up the road in Peshasta, the Omak Pioneers took down the Cascade Kodiaks 40-9. Royal remain unbeaten with a stroll over Natchez Valley 76-0 last night, while Luke plays at Zilla tonight. Tomorrow has College Place at Count of Benton at 1 o'clock, while Connell hosts Wapato. Ethan Avalos hit Mason Strick on a 13-yard touchdown pass with less than 3 minutes left. That gave Sunnyside a come-from-behind win 20-15 over Wenatchee last night in Big 9 play. Moses Lake visits West Valley at 7 tonight, while Davis hosts Eisenhower. Eastmont is home tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock against Walla Walla. In Central Washington Athletic Conference play, Ephrata hosts Sela tonight at 7, while Quincy's at East Valley. Toppenish visits Othello. Prosser hosts Ellensburg. Grandview plays at Tri-Cities Prep. In 2B football, Tonaskett's at Lake Roosevelt. Brewster hosts Liberty Bell. Okanagan is at Manson. On the 1B side, Oroville hosts Selkirk at 6. Moses Lake Christian visits Bridgeport at 7, while Waterville Mansfield is hosting Soap Lake. Well, the District 6B soccer tournament got underway yesterday, and it was Brewster beating Liberty Bell 7-2. Pateros knocked off Bridgeport 1-0. In other play, it was Omak over Oroville 9-0. On tap tomorrow, Omak visits Chelan at 11. Grandview is at Ephrata at noon, while Quincy is in Othello. Tomorrow at 1, Eastmont plays at West Valley, while Wenatchee hosts Eisenhower. The next round of the District 6 1B 2B tournament has Pateros at Okanagan at 1:30, while Tonasket is hosting Brewster. Wenatchee continued its unbeaten string in Big 9 volleyball last night with a sweep of Eisenhower. Moses Lake swept a non-league match against Ephrata. West Valley blanked Eastmont 3-0. Moses Lake Christian beat Bridgeport. ACH knocked off Waterville Mansfield 3-1. Soap Lake swept Wilson Creek. Thorpe down Easton. Oroville blanked Garden City Academy. On the volleyball schedule Saturday, Moses Lake visits Prosser at 11:30. Wenatchee is in Meade at noon. Tonasket hosts Lake Roosevelt at 1, while Brewster visits Liberty Bell. The District 6 1A tournament is in Omak, where the Pioneers face Cascade at 11:30. The winner will take on Chelan for the district title at 1:30. Wenatchee Wild will try to get back on the winning track with a couple of games this weekend, home and away. The Tri-City Americans in town tonight for a game at 7 o'clock. Wenatchee heads back to Everett tomorrow night at 6:05. You can listen for the action locally on 560 KPQ with Austin Drane. That's a look at sports news. Have a great weekend and a happy Friday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great weekend.
We see that we're losing a lot of really talented individuals. And some of those individuals, it's a direct result of a toxic work environment. That's not what we are being told, of course. The way that I perceive how we're supposed to understand this is that they're just moving on to other opportunities.